Welcome to the video. The idea of this is to document my progress with getting better at driving in Beam and G. Right now this video is all about Hotlaps. I have 22 laps and I'm going to continue developing my skills, trying different cars, different tracks, get better and eventually move over into completing some races potentially with some people online. So the point of this one and probably the next few videos is to discuss some parts of the track that I get right, some parts that I get wrong, and hopefully learn from my mistakes and do better and better over time. Learn how to dial the car settings in, and yeah, just be better overall. So you might have noticed lap 1, lap 2, the first crash at the very beginning was actually the first time, so this is 3 times this has happened in a row. I finally go into my settings to crank up the tow to 100%. I don't know any other settings to change right now. That's the only one I've changed and has seemed to help me out a little bit, so that's what I've been sticking with throughout these 22 laps that I'll be racing today. Cut to the inside nicely, back there, nice exit. A little too hot around there, just about lost it. A little too hot there, a little bit too much to the inside to begin with. And played it really safe there. A little too safe. Got the corner nicely. Could have been a little bit faster there, but it wasn't too bad. Yeah, completed the S's there, alright. Perfect straightaway, right over the finish line. The lap line. That corner back there, I'm not staying to the outside enough before pulling in and then launching out. Here I'm starting to realize I need to be on the outside more before ducking in, but then I still cut too early. Just about perfect for that one. Stayed in 3rd gear, not too low on the RPMs. Was able to bounce out pretty good. Curbs. I think during those S's I've been cutting the curbs a little bit too much, going right over top of them. Something I kind of want to work on. Especially some foreshadowing from that is when I hit the sand, it causes me to lose control, or maybe not foreshadowing, you already saw it happen. Exit through the chicane. And cut to the inside, back to the outside, not too bad there. These laps will be a pretty big mix of good driving, mixed with some real terrible driving, so you'll get to see a little bit of everything. Stayed on there. That wasn't too bad though. Come inside, come back out to the outside. Follow along. I think during that corner there, I need to cut to the outside a bit more drastically and then cut back in to get a good launch out. And I never really figured. Oh. And that's what I was talking about. 117 for that lap. Rode the curb a little aggressively there, but made it out. See at the bottom, my horsepower is 198. Oh, and I hit, yeah, out of bounds there. So the idea is to have a under 200 horsepower class for Lemons races. So we stripped down as much weight as possible, took out the interior, took off fenders, took off the hood, took off the bumper, made it real vulnerable to any crashes I might have. That last lap was 108. That was my best one so far, except for the out of bounds. And another one here. So the idea with this under 200 is to, and because it's a Lemons race, is to not have any ultra or race or basically up to sports performance parts in it and nothing more. So it was a bit of a challenge to try to find a mix of parts to work. This car isn't too bad overall. It's better than a lot of other cars I could have chosen. But still can lose control easily. If I lose concentration just for a second. I like that corner there, just about, and I rode it out in the grass again. 121 with that spin out earlier. Oh, and you might notice if there's nothing significant in the track for that lap, and then I'd crash anyway, I figured I'd just cut to the chase, skip to the crash, move on to the next lap. That one was invalidated because I restarted, or I reset the car. A little bit too early, but still had a good exit. And a little too far out, getting closer to that sand on the side. Still not making the best use of the track on this corner. That's something I'll need to improve for sure. Too far on there. Need to cut to the inside more. .109 though. 109.731 for that lap. A little hot there, but I decided to ride it out over that curb. Just about perfect, I'd say. Second guessing myself there. Went a little bit too early. Decided to go a little bit later. That's okay, as long as you're able to recover it. Hug the inside there to get a good launch out. And a little too hot through there, which, yeah, causes me to crash. Another thing that I need to work on, you might notice, is my recovery skills. Right now it's mostly just hit the brake and slide until I crash. That's as far as it goes. So I'll need to work on doing some counter steering and braking and figuring out how to throttle out in the right situations. A little bit more cautious through that one. And a little cautious there too, but still not bad. Ride the curb, ride the curb. And made it through. There, recovered, brought it back. And just about lost it there. Another foot over and I would have been in the sand, probably spun out, but I pulled through. The inside pretty good here for a good launch out. .108.423 for that one. I think that's my best one so far. Sped through that just to show that it was a good lap, and after having such a good lap and failing miserably at that last corner, brought me down a little bit. Brake and slide. Brake and slide. That's the name of the game during this this set of Hotlaps. Don't try to counter steer, just go with it. And if you don't hit a wall, great. And if you do hit a wall, also great. That's pretty much the mindset. It's not the best mindset, obviously. I guess most of the focus is trying to stay on the road more than anything else. So maybe next time I'll focus on that a little bit more. And just about. That was closer than the last time I did that. Just about hit the out of bounds, but cleared it. And not too bad coming out of there. Could have been, and it has been, worse. Hug that inside edge a little bit more. There is a transition from that outer edge to the corner that you can really feel the weight of this car and it want to give out right away. And that's been a reoccurring theme with these Hotlaps. Trying to not turn too suddenly and spin out. Oh, no. Lost it right at the very beginning. Didn't even give myself a chance to get through that first one before setting myself up awfully for the second one. There's also been a bit of a game with figuring out when I don't need to shift down, when I can maintain my momentum well enough to launch through a corner or through the chicane or around a bend without dropping down from third to second. So the chicane, the turn just before the bridge, going through the S's and also going around that last corner before the finish line are big ones for that. Trying to maintain third without lowering my RPM too much. First bad shift there. Hopefully that's the only one. Lap. That was 110. I think my best was a 108 up until this point. I could be wrong. Another bad shift. Second one. Oh. That's not a full lap. This is where I decided to end it. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll be adding to the series more very soon in the future.